Hello students, myself Miss Shah from Kankoli College, Kankoli. In the last lecture, we have seen the exponential growth model. In this lecture, we'll see about the logistic growth model. Logistic growth model. Competition between individuals for limited resources will weed out the weaker ones. Means what? In the last lecture we have seen the exponential growth model. In that we have seen that there are unlimited resources. When there are unlimited resources, there is no competition. But when there is limited resource, there will be competition among the individuals for the resources. And when there is a competition for sustaining in the habitat or in the surrounding, the weaker ones will be weeded out from the surrounding. Only the fittest individuals will survive and reproduce. Only the winner will be fitted into that surrounding, and it will survive and reproduce into that habitat. That means when for example, when there are 500 people and there is a resource of that is food and shelter, there it is of 1000 people, then it will show exponential growth. But when there is a limited that is a resource, for example, if there are 500 people and there is a resource of food and shelter, it is only for 500 people, then if there is the addition of one or two people also, those two people are not fitted into that habitat, because previous 500 people, they are going to fit into that habitat, because the two individuals, they are going to compete with the 500 people for the resources, that is for food and shelter. So from this, all these individuals who will be the winner, they will be fitted into that habitat and they will survive and reproduce into that habitat. In nature, a given habitat has enough resources to support a maximum possible number beyond which no further growth is possible. As we have seen earlier in exponential growth model, that habitat, it has enough resources to support a maximum possible number. Now for example, if there are 500 people and the surrounding can give the resources for 1000 people, then that will be the nature's carrying capacity. It will be known as the nature's carrying capacity. But if there is a limited resource, if there are 500 people and there is a resource of 500 people only, then exceeding the 500 people, then it will be the then that resources will be the limiting factor, and that resources will be the carrying capacity for those population density. So you can see here graph of that is a logistic growth. This logistic growth, it shows the that is a graph, that is time is plotted against the population density. It is as like the exponential growth model. Here also time, it is plotted against the population size or density, and you will get here S shape graph, that is sigmoid shaped sigmoid curve. It is called as sigmoid curve. So how it gets the sigmoid curve, that we'll see here. The red dotted lines, it is the carrying capacity, it is denoted as capital K. Now let us call this limit as nature's carrying capacity, that is capital K, for that species in that habitat. That means that is the nature's carrying capacity, it is denoted by capital K, which is shown in the dotted lines. A population growing in a habitat with limited resources showed initially of lag phase. Initially of lag phase means what? When time is plotted against the population size, the logistic growth, it first shows the lag phase. In lag phase, what happens here? A slow growth occurs here. Slow reproduction of the population occurs here. As the time goes on, the population also it is also growing, but at a very slow rate. So it is called as what? It is called as the lag phase. After lag phase, the time passes. The next stage comes, that is the it is lag phase is followed by the phase of acceleration. Now this phase of acceleration, it is in this phase of acceleration also growth takes place, that is faster growth takes place compared to the lag phase. There is a reproduction takes place in this phase, and and then after acceleration, as the time passes, next phase comes, that is called as the deceleration. Deceleration means what? Here the population is, it is opposite of acceleration phase. Deceleration is opposite of acceleration. Deceleration means what? Here the population again slows down. That means population it comes to stop. So, and finally an asymptote phase comes. Asymptote means what? The population completely stops here. And when does this population stops? When that population density reaches the carrying capacity. You can see in the graph, when the population density reaches the carrying capacity to the dotted lines, it slows down and it stops. That means that phase is called as the asymptote. So a plot of population density, that is it is denoted by capital N, in relation to time t results in a sigmoid curve. This type of population growth is called Verhulst-Pearl logistic growth. This sigmoid growth of that is a logistic growth, it is called as Verhulst-Pearl logistic growth. This is very important question from the point of view of exam. That is the sigmoid growth curve is called as what? It is called as Verhulst-Pearl logistic growth. So in this logistic growth, you will get here sigmoid growth, and when that sigmoid growth, it undergoes four phases, that is lag phase, acceleration phase, deceleration phase, and asymptote. In lag phase, what happens? Slow growth takes place as the time passes. In acceleration, here compared to lag phase, in acceleration phase, that is reproduction occurs faster. Then in the deceleration phase, in deceleration compared to the acceleration, population or the reproduction of the population, it slows down. That means the population is stopped here. And then the asymptote that is the phase takes place, that is when it reaches the when the population density reaches the carrying capacity, the reproduction of that population will stop here. So when this it is plotted against time and population size, you will get your sigmoid curve, and that sigmoid curve is called as the Verhulst-Pearl logistic growth. Now you can see here the that is the difference between the exponential and logistic growth model, or you can see in one graph you can see both the curves, that is of exponential and logistic. You can see in blue line it is shown of exponential growth, and in the red that is a curve, it is shown as the logistic growth. Now since resources for growth for most animal populations are finite, that is limited, and become limiting sooner or later, the logistic growth model is considered a more realistic one. Because in exponential, what happens? There are unlimited resources, but you must think that nature doesn't give unlimited resource for any population. So this is not a realistic one. Exponential growth model is not a realistic one, but logistic growth model, it gives you the realistic growth model, because in logistic growth model there are limited resources, and these limited resources are for the population, that is a limited population. So this logistic growth model is also known as the realistic growth model. Remember that. So you can see here when that is in the realistic growth model, which is shown in the red curve, that is a sigmoid curve, when it reaches the carrying capacity, it stops, that is a asymptote, that is a phase occurs, and that growth is stopped here. But in exponential, when it exceeds the carrying capacity, there the competition starts for fitting into the habitat to survive and to reproduce or to sustain in the habitat. So that is the difference you can see in this graph, that is of exponential and logistic growth model. Thank you.